Hello, my wonderful people, viewers and subscribers. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I welcome you all to this episode titled Nnamdi Kanu chilling in five-star hotel in Abuja, courtesy of DSS Nigeria. Make it no shock you, You could just calm down. Let me explain in details. Make una hear the headline that made me to make this comment. And that's exactly what DSS is trying to, the image they are trying to paint here on this issue of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu detention. DSS refutes solitary confinement claims. What does it mean? That they mean that Nnamdi Kanu is not in any detention in their facility. So they lodge Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in a five-star hotel, probably maybe Nikon Nuga. Abi Hilton Nuga, how they used to call this hotel. That is where they lodge Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and that is where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have been appearing every day. And according to them, they said that if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in a solitary confinement, he wouldn't have been looking fresh and plumpy each day he appear before the judge. So let us take DSS by their word that Nnamdi Kanu is chilling in five-star hotel. Then the question there now is, who is funding the bills? Who is funding the bills of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's extravagant lifestyle in five-star hotel? With Omunwa. Che, I laugh in Spanish. Anything Nigeria government and APC cannot do does not exist. I go through the what they call the examination. How do they used to call it itself? Okay, cross-examination of the witness, DSS witness. When he, the only thing everybody understand there, even the international community itself now is laughing at that so-called DSS. A very strong arm of the government in terms of security. Look at how they are making a mess. The only thing anybody can witness is that I don't know, my lord. I am not aware. I don't know. I am not aware. That is their English. And even the DSS itself, the Oga of DSS, he don't come out to saying they disappointed about from that so-called witness. Because they claimed, say now one of their workers will arrest Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in 2015. But as it stands now they come out now, can't they use their mouth, they tell us say that one na imposter. I never see anything. When the God is by your side, my brother, nothing, I repeat, nothing where anybody can do to you. The ancestors, the God of our land, and Nnamdi Kanu keep calling every blessed day. He keep praying to them in each of his broadcast, live broadcast. All of them now have gathered together now and swing into action to liberate Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. In fact, to make the zoo full of their own self, because that's exactly what I'm seeing here now. They have become full of their own self. Okay, another news. EFCC invites Tompolo for questioning, which is lie. Another lie from the pit of hell. Government of Tompolo can never be invited. In fact, now this one now make me, or rather waiting make me or triggered me to bring this news is just to show Obi Kubana and the so-called E-Money them and the rest of them, Joey Zaza, Zenko them, what they are going to see in second time of Tinubu when he finally won the 2027, their mouth will never even talk it. They will only murmur and end. The other day they said the E-Money matched common one naira note. That is one Nigerian note. When he was praying somebody or he was praying somebody pounds, so that he will not charge him for naira abuse or naira mutilation. Now I call him for questioning. Now Tompolo, if you see the stacks of cash are being spread that day, Tompolo is doing this thing. Then Nigerian government now have looked the other way around. On our way be Igbos, or rather we will be Igbos. The only independence for all, the only guarantee for us is the restoration of Biafra. Minus that, Igbo man, even if you like, they are the federal capital territory as a minister, whether appointed or elected, as senator or whatever, even as a president, as a vice, my brother, there's nothing for you. The earlier they understand this, the better for all of us. I don't talk and finish you. Another one. JAMB registrar breaks down in tears as he admits errors in 2025 UT ME results. Video is out there. You can as well get hold of it. But let me tell you what happened in this JAMB of 18. This is just a calculated attempt to sideline any student from the 5 eastern states of the southeast. This JAMB register is a Yoruba man. Oh. There's nothing for Igbo man in that zoo called Nigeria. The only guarantee that Igbo man have is the independence of Biafra. When we talk this in, nobody want to listen. According to the news I watched this morning, there's one guy that explained the whole detail that happened, that this is just a calculated attempt. They said all the whole students from the southeast, all of them from A to Z, as long as from the south, either southeast or south, that you must fail that JAMB. One of our child, may her soul rest in peace, have pied herself over this JAMB issue. Then these idiots come out to cry, and people, what are they clapping? You see, the foolishness in these people they call Nigerians is overwhelming. He was there crying, and people was crying. I was kind of embarrassed. What are they crying? I mean, what are they clapping for? That somebody is crying, he made a mistake. Where they are trying to target the Southeasterners, and they end up crashing the whole thing. And then they come out here to shed crocodile tears, and somebody was at the back of him, clapping hand. Turned away. Anyway, let me reserve my comment. Military rule must stay must stay in the past. Democracy is the path forward. Go on. You never start anything. Shebi, they said if Nigeria practicing one party state, say it's not a crime. After all, China is practicing it, and they never ask which kind of government China is practicing. This is their plan. He just come out. He said, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. They want to take them back to military rule, but through a through a civilian president. This is both disgraceful and inexcusable. Horewa slams Tinubu's ministers over planned London trip. Okay, they're there now. They want to go to London to tell the Londoners what they have done in Nigeria. So the people in Nigeria are Asanwuru now. Yes, now people in Nigeria, they go and they claim that they voted for them. They are nothing. It's only in London where they didn't contest or where they didn't vote for them. They are going there now to tell them their achievements. Misplaced priority and useless set of people. I beg, let us go straight to the reason why we are here, starting with the news of Nnamdi Kanu relaxing in 5-star hotel, according to DSS. The Department of State Service DSS has dismissed reports claiming that it kept the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, in solitary confinement. The DSS stated that Kanu, who is facing a 7-count terrorism and treasonable felony charge, preferred against him by the Fulani government, is not in solitary confinement. At the resumed hearing of the case on Wednesday, a DSS operative whose identity was shaded for security reasons continued his testimony as a witness before the Fulani High Court in Abuja. Answering questions while being cross-examined by Kanu's legal team led by the former Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Chief Kanu Agabi, SAN, the operatives, who was identified as PWBBB, insisted that solitary confinement is not a practice of the DSS. Agabi have expressed his concerns over Kanu's prolonged detention, alleging that he was kept in solitary confinement. In his response, the witness refuted the claim and told the court that he was merely an investigator, though he admitted that he was not Kanu's handler. Not deterred by the response, Agabi further queried the legality of Kanu's continued detention, which he said constituted cruel and inhuman treatment. Responding, the witness told the court that he could not testify about Kanu's psychological state as it was not part of his investigative duty. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has formally invited former Niger Delta militant leader Chief Government Tompolo, popularly known as Tompolo, for questioning over allegations of naira abuse and financial misconduct. Source within the anti-graft agency confirmed to Sahara reporters on Wednesday that an invitation letter was delivered to Tompolo earlier this week. The EFCC, according to the source, is now awaiting his response. An invitation letter has been sent to Tompolo, one EFCC official said, adding that the move was procedural and not an arrest warrant. We expect his cooperation. The development follows widespread public backlash after a video surfaced online showing Tompolo at a birthday celebration believed to have been held in April. In the viral footage, Tompolo is seen dancing while bundles of 1,000 notes are sprayed on him, an act prohibited under the Nigerian law. Violation of CBN Act. Section 21, subsection 3 of the Central Bank of Nigeria Act of 2007 prohibits the spraying, dancing on, or mutilation of naira notes during social events, with offenders liable to fines, imprisonment, or both. The video, which trended on X, formerly Twitter, sparked intense criticism of the EFCC for allegedly applying double standards in its enforcement, while celebrities such as Bobrisky, E-Money, Iyabo Ojo, and comedian AY have been questioned or persecuted for similar offenses. Tompolo had appeared untouched until now. EFCC, nobody is above the law. Responding to the growing public pressure, the EFCC issued a statement on Monday affirming that Tompolo will be investigated. Nobody is above the law. Tompolo will have questions to answer, the commission said. Although the full details of the allegations remain under wraps, the investigation marks a significant step by the EFCC to show even politically influential individuals are not exempt from scrutiny. Tompolo, a former warlord and key figure in the Niger Delta struggle, currently holds a federal contract to protect oil pipelines in the region, a role that has added to the debate surrounding his influence and public accountability. The Registrar of Joint Admission and Matriculation Board, which is JAMB, Professor Ishak Oloyede, was overwhelmed by emotion, or rather overcome by emotion on Wednesday while addressing the press, when he acknowledged that the board made errors in the released result of some candidates for the 2025 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination. Nigeria News report, Prof. Oloyede, in an emotionally laden voice, acknowledged that despite their best efforts at ensuring a hitch-free exercise, the errors are further proof of their humanity. While apologizing and taking responsibility for the errors, the JAMB registrar said affected candidates will be rescheduled to rewrite the exam. Oloyede said the mass failure in the 2025 UTME is due to a systematic failure. He submitted that JAMB would reschedule 379,997 candidates affected by technical glitches in the in the 5 states of the Southeast and Lagos to retake the Unified Tertiary and Matriculation Examination Board. But I see what happened. They want to target the 5 eastern states. Then Lagos was then it can't affect Lagos State. As earlier reported by Nigeria News, JAMB acknowledged errors in this recently concluded 2025 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination following a surge of complaints from the candidates nationwide. Military rule must stay in the past, according to Mumu Yakubu Gowon. Former head of state Yakubu Gowon on Wednesday called for the permanent closure of the era of military rule in Nigeria, emphasizing that despite the imperfections of democracy, it remains the best system for national progress. Nigeria News report that Gowon made a statement during the unveiling of the book titled Military Factor in Nigerian History, 1960 to 2008, a publication by the Historical Society of Nigeria to mark the association's 70th anniversary. The event took place in Abuja, featured reflections on the military's role in Nigeria's history, while acknowledging the significant contributions of the military in Nigeria's development. particularly in ensuring peace and advancing economic growth. Gowon emphasized that the military must now focus solely on defending the country's territorial integrity, not engaging in governance or politics. In conclusion, Gowon concluded by emphasizing the military's vital role in regional security, urging it to strengthen the nation's defense capabilities while continuing its contribution to broader security in the region. Last but not the least, this is both disgraceful and inexcusable. The Human Rights Writers Association of Nigeria has berated the federal government over the planned international press conference in London by top officials of the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration. Speaking via a press conference issued on Tuesday, the group described the endeavor as a wasteful and insensitive public relations stunt in the face of worsening economic hardship at home. According to reports, Ministers Nyesom Wike, David Umahi, Olubunmi Tunji, and others are scheduled to travel to the UK to showcase President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's legacy project at an international media briefing coordinated by Bode Adeyemi, Project Internal Coordinator of the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu Midterm Legacy Project Review Committee. However, Huriwa argued that it was disgraceful that ministers who have failed to deliver results to the Nigerian people are now flying to London to tell foreigners tales of imaginary achievements. It is both disgraceful and inexcusable that ministers who have failed to deliver results at home are now flying to London to tell foreign audience fairy tales of imaginary achievements. Is it in London that Nigerians will suddenly feel the impact of these so-called legacy projects? Omubiko asked. The group slammed the planned event as a propaganda-driven tour designed to whitewash the administration's poor performance, warning that no amount of overseas PR could mask the widespread suffering across the country. From the reckless removal of fuel subsidies to the floating of naira, Nigerians have been subjected to untold hardship. Yet, the government is celebrating projects that people on the ground can't even see. Omubiko added. Huriwa questioned the transparency surrounding the trip, asking whether the National Assembly approved the expenditure and whether Nigerians were consulted on its necessity or cost. The administration cannot call for national sacrifice and then turn around to fund luxury trips for image laundering. If these achievements were real, Nigerians would already be celebrating them in their homes and communities, not at Hilton Ballroom in London. The association also criticized APC UK chapter chairman Tunde Doherty, who claimed the conference would present the right narrative about the Tinubu's government. Uriwa said this was a clear attempt to mislead the international community and paint a false picture of progress. No careful scripted presentation abroad can erase the hunger, joblessness, and insecurity that define life for average Nigerian, the group noted. Calling for immediate cancellation of the trip, Huriwa urged Bola Ahmed Tinubu to recall the ministers involved and focus on resolving Nigeria's pressing issues. Okay, my people, these are other headlines that you have heard this morning. I'm sure I'm able to convince you, but not to confuse you, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is chilling with champagne in 5-star hotel with Omunwa, according to DSS witness. Have a nice day. May good Lord continue to bless us. Like, share, comment, and keep subscribing for more interesting videos coming your way. I, Okulora, will always be here to serve you. Ke Mesiano.